Donovan Mitchell has been traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers for Larry Markin and Colin Sexton in a sign-and trade, which will then have the Jazz extend him for 4 years, $72 million, and 5 picks, 2 pick swaps, and 3 unprotected ones in 2025, 2027, and 2029, along with the 14th overall pick from this last year's draft, and Ochai Agbaji, former NCAA champ at the University of Kansas. Now, there's so much talk about here, obviously. Number one, I think the Cavaliers are contenders, but I want to get your reaction first, Brendan, as a Miami Heat fan who thought Donovan Mitchell would have been the one taking you over the top. How excited are you to watch him now playing in Cleveland, the Maroon baby, with Darius Garland?
So this took the NBA Twitter by storm when this came out. And man, was my timeline, flooding with just the reactions of Cleveland's going to do this, Cleveland's going to do that. I had John texting us in our group chat, Cleveland, they're winning a championship, all this blah 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 talking. Listen, I'll hit you with the positives first. Positives are you've got a star on your team now. He's the guy, and you're, I would say, a top 4, top 5 team in the East now. I like I talked about earlier with Justin's New York Knicks. If Donovan Mitchell goes there, I don't see him taking the Cleveland Cavaliers over the top. He's going to have to be the guy, and I don't know, Evan Mobley. John really likes him. Can he be, that guy this early, or is it going to take some time? We'll see. For me, Cleveland's not winning a championship right now, currently constructed. I just don't see it. I don't.
As a Miami Heat fan, how do you feel? Where are you moving? What is the
As
next star that maybe can take you to another level, particularly with some offensive production you lack?
who's out there to take us to the promised land? And I just keep looking. I keep looking, and I just keep staring at my screen, and I just can't make anything make sense. I don't think Bradley Beal puts us over the top. Um, Giannis isn't available for a couple of years.
I reckon there's a possibility Damian Lillard's in the market at the trade deadline.
Yeah, I was just about to get to Damian Lillard. Now, if that is possible, and we don't give up Jimmy or Bam, obviously, that puts us over the top. And now I'm back on it because Damian Lillard is a superstar talent in this league with Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. That's a dangerous team. Eric Spoelstra coaching, the culture. It would be a great team. That'd easily be a top 3 team in the East, if not better than Milwaukee, to be honest with you, because there's concerns with Milwaukee right now. But right now, the direction currently constructed, my Miami Heat, there's concern for me. I'm starting to get a little concerned because I'm looking at Pat Riley, I'm looking at the team, and I'm just like, you guys got to do something because we're stuck right now. And I don't think this team currently, we basically stayed the same. We minus PJ Tucker. That was a big loss for a multitude of reasons. And I just see we're going to be at the bottom end of the top 4, top 5 teams in the East, and I don't like that. I don't at all.
Cleveland might have already passed y'all. Now, Justin, before we jump into Cleveland, which we have to talk about, I want to get your reaction as a Knicks fan. Do you think this is a negative that the Knicks missed out on Donovan given the asking price was 6 to 7 draft picks, 4 of which unprotected, Quentin Grimes, and according to some reports, RJ Barrett?
Yeah, you see, when you hear those reports and you hear RJ Barrett involved with it too, it's kind of like, okay, I guess it's too much. And you want a star, and from Brandon's look too, he wanted him too. You wanted that star. You always think when you add a star to your team that you'll be put over the top. But as a Knicks fans know already, sometimes rushing to get the star isn't exactly the best idea. Example is Carmelo Anthony. So I feel like we learned our lesson. You want the star, but you want him at the right price. You don't want to give up too much. You don't want to give up RJ Barrett because at the end of the day, if you make this trade and you get Donovan Mitchell, how much better does it get you? You know, if you're giving up RJ, how much better did you actually get? Are you still going to finish in the same spot? Probably. So, while as much as I love the idea of Donovan Mitchell, the Spider, playing in the Garden, I love the idea of him playing alongside RJ and luring potential other stars. But you know what? It doesn't happen that way. It's not always going to be sunshine and rainbows. Now we could just look forward to this season, and as I've told you guys, now we got to see what our young players can do, see if they can develop.
You hit the nail on the head. The Knicks are not ready to win. Let me repeat that. If the Knicks got Donovan Mitchell, they weren't doing anything with him. At best, this was a team making the playoffs, and that was a stretch. And with RJ, the only way you could talk yourself into it is that you make yourself a origin destination. But the Knicks have talked themselves into that many times through the years, and it's never actually panned out, much like they did with Melo.